Yeah, good evening once again. Today I would want us to continue from where we stopped. We've said a lot already, but a lot are still yet to be said. Before I continue, I would want to make it known that up till now, it is unfortunate that some people still think uh, this is a scam or a joke. But most of you that have already known that it is not a scam is following me judiciously to make sure you are able to present a very strong application. And I pray to the Almighty God that your heart desires will definitely be granted. But the raw truth is, it is not possible for all of you to be granted scholarship this year. I am not saying this maybe to make your spirit low or trying to be pessimistic, but that's just the fact. Because the truth is, in the end, at most, only about 20 Nigerians will be taken, and maybe 20 from Ghana and other countries. I know it will not be up to that, but let me just assume. But if you look at the number of people, Nigerians alone, battling or rather struggling to get this scholarship, you will notice that they are in their thousands. The truth is, all of you cannot get it this year. Your ability to get it this year depends on your effort. And that is just the pure truth, whether you like it or not, but truth be told. I am not a party to those that will see the truth and paint it so that it will look appealing. No. But I must show you one thing. If you take this webinar serious, do your own path, make sure you follow all instructions with regards to filling your documents, I bet you will definitely gonna get it. It is not a magic. It is not a rocket science. All you need to do is to play by the rules and nothing more. Then you see that in the end, by April 23rd next year, you will be glad that you undertook this journey. So having said this, I would wish us to continue to the next phase of this webinar. Already, we have talked about how to apply for admission into Swedish universities. We have also talked about how to write a winning CV for the Swedish Institute Scholarship. We have also talked about, we talked briefly about introduction of study as a, Sweden as a good study destination. Now today, I want us to go to the next one, which is how to tender or rather fill in your reference template so as to make it outstanding. What I mean is, how do you submit a winning letter of reference? That is what we are going to talk about today. So please, just like I have said before, if really you need this scholarship, you must be sincere to yourself and work on it. It is not a rocket science. It is possible. You can achieve it. Okay. Before I continue with how to fill this letter of reference template, there is something I want to let you know because I believe it is important for you to know. I noticed that the template for the the letter of reference is usually almost the same every year. For the purpose of clarity, I will show you the letter of motivation template for 3 years, 2018-2019 session, 2019-2020 session, and 2020-2021 session. I will show you one after the other. You will see that they are almost the same. That means you will not be surprised if your own template is the same as that of 2020-2021. But I must warn you, even though they may be the same, make sure you use the template meant for your year. Your year is 2021/2022. Do you get it? 2021/2022. Don't make the mistake of submitting the template for 2020/2021. Okay? Good. Now, let me show you now. So if you look at what we have here on the screen, you will notice that it is written here. You can see it here, 2019/2020, sorry, 2019/2020 session. That was for last year. Those in their second year now in Sweden. This is for them. You will notice that all the instructions you need are all written on this template. All the instructions. I'm not going to read the instructions here, but even when you get your own template, all these instructions will still be there, guiding you on how to fill the template. Make sure you fill it correctly. Then let's go to the main content, because all these are the instructions which you need to go through carefully before filling your template. But the main thing is this. This is the main thing. Letter of reference, as you can see here, with an instruction, 2 pages maximum, including this page. Make sure you don't exceed 2 pages, okay? The first thing is for you to play by the rules. Don't try to impress them by maybe submitting something that is more than the expected number of pages. This template, as you can see, are categorized. The first session is where you will input your names. You see, the first one is first name or names, surname or names, date of birth of applicant, then citizenship of applicant. First name or names, that means if your name is, let me say your name is, what do I use as an example? John Chukwudi Emmanuel. That means here, John is your surname, Chukwudi is your first name, and then Emmanuel is your other names. So if I want to fill this, I will fill in. Under first name, I will write Chukwudi Emmanuel. Chukwudi here is my first name, Emmanuel is my other names. Then under surname, I will write John. John. So you see it? Chukwudi Emmanuel John, where John is my surname, Chukwudi my first name, Emmanuel my other names. So, but it depends on how your name is arranged on your international passport. Some people use their other names as their first name. For such people, they will, maybe they used to write John Emmanuel Chukwudi. Then that means here you will write Emmanuel Chukwudi. Sorry. Emmanuel Chukwudi as your first name. Then date of birth. You can see the arrangement of the date of birth. This is how date is being written in Sweden here. Year first, followed by month and then the day. So you see year, month, and day. This is the pattern or the way Swedish people used to present their date. So when filling your date of birth here, make sure you follow this pattern, the year, the month, the day. That means, let me assume you were born on 1st January 2001. So it will be 2001, January 1st. So this is the year 2001, January 1st. Okay? Citizenship of applicant, you fill in your citizenship. So filling here is not a big deal, I know. Then, full name of referee. The person referring you should input his or her full name here. Note, you will submit 2 reference letters. One should be from your working place or maybe your workplace if you are no more working there. Then the second one should either be from your higher institution, that is where you graduated from, or maybe civil society organizations that you are a member of. Like for me, I used one from my workplace, another one from a civil society organization that I belong to. And if possible, I will also advise you to do same because they mentioned it that preference will be given to those who maybe submitted one from a civil society that they belong to, because they want to be sure that actually you are active, that besides your work, you are also engaged in other things. So that is it. If you can present the second one from a civil society organization, that will be better. But if you cannot, no problem. Get from your school. It is also accepted. Okay? So that is it. Then organization or university that the referee represents and the applicant works slash worked or studies slash study that, then you fill it. Okay? So maybe it is from a university, then you write the name of the university here. Maybe University of Nigeria and Nsukka, Federal University of Technology, Owerri, University of Lake, whichever, you write it here. Then if this should be for your, maybe from your workplace, you also write the name of the company here. Maybe Dangote group of companies, or maybe, I don't know, Fort Oil, you know the company where you are working, so the name should be here. But under ideal case, this particular template is not supposed to be filled by you. It should be filled by your referee, okay? But it is your duty to guide your referee on how to fill this. It is your duty to guide your referee on how to fill this template. Okay, good. So you see here, email address of referee. Here they said preferably work email. The question is, What do they mean by preferably work email? You know, when they say work email, it means not the conventional email like Gmail or Yahoo Mail that we use, but maybe the company's email. For example, if this should be from, let me say, University of Nigeria and Nsukka, for example, and the name of the person referring you is Akpan John. You know, they always have a school email, that is work email. Maybe his work email will look something like this: akpan.john. This is just as an example for you to know what they mean by work email at then unn.edu.ng. So this is an example of a work email, okay? So, and not something like at gmail.com or at yahoo.com, okay? Good. So I believe I have clarified this. By now you should know what they mean by work email. Then, before I continue, I will ask you a question. Put yourself in the shoes of Swedish Institute. Assume that you are one of the people, or rather the, how do I call it? Okay, maybe when I get the appropriate word for it, I will say what I want to say. So, good. What I mean here is a reviewer, okay? Let us assume you are one of the reviewers here. Which one will you give more preference to? Is it this one or the one that ended with at gmail.com? Of course, I guess my guess is as good as yours. Okay, so this work email shows that actually this is real, it is legit. It is not maybe you filled it yourself and then manipulated a certain email or maybe opened a new email in that person's name and fill. So when you use work email, it makes it look somewhat legit. Okay. Now, I advise your template, or rather your letter of reference from work, you must try as much as possible to make sure the email address here is a work email. It is very important. Then for the second one, if they can't get a work email, Gmail can work. Okay, I did it and it worked for me. So for mine, my work, this particular template for maybe letter of reference from my place of work, the email address there was a work email. But for the other one, which I got from my civil society organization, it was actually a Gmail. But I think I thank God that at the end, I was still selected. So that is just that. I just want you to note this point. Now, I know some people will ask, what if I own the business? Yes, it is a good question. I also own my own business. The letter of reference I used, I own it, okay? Then what did I do? I had to open a work email. This is topic for another day. So maybe if you want to know how you can contact me privately, we talk about that. So because I know such question will come. What if I am the owner of my business? How do I get a work email? Okay, so having said that, let's proceed. Then the next one, what is the letter of reference based on? Then you can choose. Here, this is clickable. When you click this, you see this arrow here. You click on the arrow, a drop-down list will pop up. So is the letter of reference based on employment? So if it is a work email, you select employment. If it is involvement in networks or civil society organizations, you select this. If it is based on studies, that is the one you got from your previous universities, your previous university, you select this. If it is from volunteering, internship, student organization work, then if others, then you select this, but you must specify as they told you here, other, please specify, okay? Good. Okay, let me assume this is for employment. I select employment. So that is it. In what capacity do you know the applicant? This is very important. So all these we have talked about are less important compared to what we are about to talk about now. Okay? Now, in what capacity do you know the applicant? It is very important that your referee must have known you for at least 3 years and above. So if your referee should say, I have known him for 1 year, so they may feel like, no, he might not know you very well. You people have not been together long enough for him or her to know you very well. Okay? Good. So, like in my own case, my referee wrote that he has known me for up to 10 years. It is true. It is true. It wasn't maybe a manipulated story. It is true. So, but what I'm trying to say is that the person, your referee, should be someone that has known you for a very long time. This matters. Okay? So when selecting a referee, you have to go for someone that has known you for a very long time. Then the next question, how long has the applicant been working/studying with you at your organization/university? Please specify number of hours. Please specify number of hours. Good. Now here, when you say how long, the normal thing that should come to mind will be how many years has the applicant worked with you or studied in your university. Good. But here, they want you to present it in hours and not in years or months. Okay? Now, let us assume this is an employment reference, letter of reference from your place of work. And in your workplace, you used to resume work by 8 and maybe close by 4. So if you do your calculation, 8 to 4 o'clock, that will give how many hours? 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 8 hours. Okay, so that means you are working 8 hours a day. Okay, so let us calculate it this way. 8 hours a day. So this is just a rough, I'm just trying to show you how to do the calculation. 8 hours a day multiplied by how many days do you work in a month, in a week? 5 days, hopefully Monday to Friday, then multiply by 5. This gives you the number of hours you work in a week. Now, how many weeks do we have in a month? In a month, we have 4 weeks. Then we have to multiply by 4. This now gives us the total hours we work in a month. Now, let us assume you have worked here for up to 5 years. Then this is okay, and 1 year contains 12 months, right? So this is for 1 month. Then 1 year multiplied by, multiplied by 12. This gives me for 1 year. And I have worked in this particular organization for 5 years. Then multiply by the number of years. So can you see it? The number of hours I work per day multiplied by the number of days I work in a week, multiplied by the number of weeks in a month, which is 4 weeks, multiplied by the number of months in a year, which is 12 months, multiplied by the number of years that I have worked. So if you use your calculator to punch this, that will give you the total number of hours you have worked or studied in that particular organization or university. I hope this calculation is simple and is well understood. Okay, so that's it. So let us assume after your calculation, you got something like 9,600 hours. So that's what you will write here, 9,600 hours. Then we proceed. This is the most important thing. In your opinion, how would you see this session 1, 2, 3, and 4? Okay, this 4 is less important compared to 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so you must make sure your referee feels or says something good about you here. So the first question here says, in your opinion, how would an SI scholarship for master's studies, for master's studies in Sweden be valuable for the professional and academic development of the applicant? A very important question, okay? Briefly comment on the applicant's potential to contribute to and or drive social changes in his or her context. Very important. Please evaluate the applicant's leadership capacity and potential to play a role in development of the society, e.g. in networking, motivation and perseverance, problem solving and communication. Please give a concrete example. So what they mean by concrete example is, it is not just enough for them to say, okay, the applicant is good, I have worked with him, he's good. No, it's not enough. They have to give an example, okay? So maybe an example like a challenge the organization where you worked for has faced in the past, which they were able to solve through your suggestions or through your impact. This is a solid or concrete example, okay? Good. Then if he or she has additional remark, then he or she can put it down here. After that, you see, date and place, that is city, country. So the person will put down his or the date here. Okay, date. Remember the pattern of writing dates for Sweden. You see here, the year first, followed by month, and then the day. So if you want to write dates here, maybe 2021, January 10, as an example, okay? As an example, maybe something like this. Okay, I guess I cannot edit it. The document is not editable. I would have shown you something. Okay, so, but I believe you understand what I mean. So something like this, just as I've already said earlier before now. This is how to write the date. Maybe something like this. 2021, for example, January 10. So this is it. don't know if you, okay, the picture is mirrored. The picture is mirrored, but I guess you will understand what I mean. So the 2021 will come first at your left-hand side here, 2021 slash the month slash the day. Then and place. That means you should mention the city and country. Maybe after writing the date, then maybe Lagos, Nigeria, or Enugu, Nigeria, something like that, okay? Then the person will sign his or her signature here, and then the official stamp of the company or the organization or the university, the official stamp here, okay? Now, note that definitely this will exceed one page. Definitely, it will be around 2 pages. So what that means is that this will be repeated for both pages. The person will have to write this date, place, signature, and then stamp on each of the 2 pages, not just the last page, okay? Not just the last page, but both pages, okay? Good. So now you see, yeah, it is, we are done with it. I will show you that of 218, 219, and then 220, 221 for you to see that there is no difference, okay? So I will stop sharing this one now and share that of, okay, good. Good. You can see now this is for 218, 219. You will notice that they are the same thing. You see, exactly the same thing. First name, you see it here. Full name, just exactly the same thing, no difference. Okay. Also, what's the letter of reference based on? You see it here. So when you click on this, you see the same thing, no difference, okay? Then the same questions. In your opinion, how would you see? Briefly comment, please evaluate, the same thing, even though it is for 2 different years, okay? You see, dates and place, just exactly the same as in the other one. Okay, I will stop sharing this one and also show you for 2020, 2021. So this is for 2020, 2021. That's my own set. Can you see it here? 2020, 2021. Then you will notice that they are just the same thing as also. Can you see here? Can you see? First name or names, surname or names, date of birth, citizenship, just the same thing. Full name of referee, same thing here. Can you see? Email address, preferably work email, same thing, no difference. What's the letter of reference based on? You can see it. Choose one item, see? In what capacity do you know they're just the same thing, no difference? Then, in your opinion, how would you see? The same question, you see? Briefly comment on the applicants, same question. So don't be surprised if by the end of December or January, your own template comes out and you notice that your own, the template for the letter of reference is just the same as this. So what this means is that you have to start now planning based on this. You can start now meeting your referees. You can give them this to fill. Then what you need to do is you give them this to fill. When the original, you will tell them when that this is not the main one, or if they are the busy type, then you may not need to bother them because most of the referees are the busy type and may not want to fill it twice for you. So, but well, I think there is a way out. You can give him or her this to fill. When your template comes out, you have to transfer this into the new template. Whatever he fills here, you transfer it into the new template. If you are close to the person, then you have to print it out and take it to the person for stamping and signature, okay? But if the person is far, then after transferring it, you can send it to the person for him or her to print it out, stamp and sign, scan it, and then send it back to you, okay? So that's it. And okay, maybe I will stop here for now because that's just that. If you have a question, you can reach me out on the comment section. Please um, help me to help you. If you are yet to subscribe to my YouTube channel, please and please, I am begging you, after watching this video, please click on subscribe. Subscription is free. It won't take anything from you. So as I am helping you, you are also helping me by clicking subscribe. Thank you and have a pleasant day.